Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday night, let's give it up for your host, Redface The Degenerate! It's me, Redface The Degenerate. Yeah, you already know the deal. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Okay, so I saw a few videos and posts on Instagram, stuff like that, YouTube, Twitter, and some people think that Marvel needs new characters. Okay, well, first of all, they said Marvel and DC, and I just don't know about that. And here's the thing. I think that what they really mean to say is Marvel and DC need to
expand their already large universes.
I know for one, in my own opinion, that Marvel and DC definitely need to expand and further go into their own universes and not just focus on the big money makers. For example, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Spider-Man, the X-Men, Wolverine, things like that. Don't get me wrong, okay? If DC announces a Batman movie, no matter how trash critics say it is before I watch it, I will always go see that movie. Whenever they release a new Spider-Man movie, video game, things like that, I'm there, alright? Put my $60 plus down there, and, that's just, again, I've grown up with these characters. I literally would be a different person if none of that ever existed. But at the same time, it's not that bad to just expand out, which is why, for one, I'm happy and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the Shang-Chi movie coming up. I don't know, it based off of the character, a few videos that I've seen of him alone, I'm definitely gonna have some pretty high standards for Marvel in there. And for one, you seem to see a slight division when it comes to that of comic book fans, because you always see ones who are either blinded by nostalgia to the point where they don't accept anything new, even though having valid criticisms is okay, just outright hitting something for the fact that it exists and it's replacing the old is not okay, though, in my opinion. But at the same time, when it comes to other fans, they are basically having the same issue as old fans do, to the point where they are only focused on some part of this, but they don't want to focus on anything coming in the future. Like, come on, guys, nobody knew who Iron Man was back in 2008, so we should be a bit more accepting of new stuff to come. As for DC, well, there's a lot I could say, but they really just need to get their act together first, alright? I'm looking forward to the Batman movie, that much I am. Wonder Woman was great. Aquaman, I feel like that's underrated, but that's just my opinion. Shazam, of course, was really, really good. And Shazam, Aquaman, those two characters specifically, I feel like, yes, that was a good step for DC in comparison to Marvel. Those are two characters, Shazam especially, that nobody, even I'd say semi-hardcore fans of DC, would even know about. And as for Shang-Chi, along with the future Moon Knight show or whatever that's yet to been announced, I want those characters. I want to see those characters, especially Moon Knight. He's in my top 10 favorites. And, I feel like for DC especially, instead of, and I know this kind of be contradictory to the things that I've said just in the last few minutes alone, they should focus on their own big three, their trinity of Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman, and then slowly branch out. In fact, I think that, they should focus on them, yes, work on their Batman, work on making a Man of Steel 2, and, things like that. And then they should work their way outward. I think that's definitely what they should do, because that would probably just be the best thing for them to do. And then maybe they do what they've done even before all of this DC EU stuff started or was happening. I think that they should make all different characters that hardly anybody knew about or cared about, like the Flash and Green Arrow, just put them in shows. And I think that's also what Marvel should do, especially with Disney Plus. They should take all of their big characters, such as the New Avengers, and, you know, have them there, but over time not focusing on them as much, which I feel like is what they're doing, but some fans don't want that. Like, for example, Miss Marvel. Alright, I won't lie to you, even before any criticism videos or people who were just outright hating on Captain Marvel, I didn't care for the movie that much. I gave it like a 7 out of 10. It just was lackluster. It was poor character. I didn't like Nick Fury in that movie. Some people who had a problem with the movie actually liked Nick Fury in that movie. Not me, but that movie. This video isn't about Captain Marvel. It's about, you know, the separation between primary and then secondary, and, you know, how we should focus on characters who aren't focused and things like that. But I think that they should make a Miss Marvel movie because they could gain so much from that alone. I think that they should make so many different movies, like a Namor, the Submariner, and things like that.
DC, just work on your stuff. Right now, I'm not talking about you anymore.
I just feel like, in terms of that, there are so many characters that go unnoticed on both sides. But, like, we could go... Oh my gosh, if this video ever gets a lot of publicity, I'm gonna get so many dislikes for saying this, but we could go a good decade or so without a Spider-Man movie. Don't get me wrong, alright? I love Tom Holland, I love Spider-Man in general. He's one of my favorite superheroes. But we could go a long time without a Spider-Man movie, and that's okay. Other characters should get their own spotlight. And I feel like it's also bad to just hate on it just to hate on it, or just hate things that you're unfamiliar with, because, again, nobody knew who Iron Man was before 2008. Nobody knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were before 2014, or whenever that movie came out, okay? So, like, just ease up on it a little bit. And as for DC, like I said, just figure out where you're going, okay? Just figure out where you're going. You've had so many movies that have been announced and then canceled time and time again. How many movies has Marvel been announced and canceled? Like, I don't know, The Inhumans? That's about it. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. It's fairly short, Saturday Nights with Redface, but I don't care. I was just bored. I'd been thinking about making this video for a couple days now, and I did, so yada whatever. Alright, well, I gotta go to bed now, so see ya.